Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Pepper.
And today we are unboxing something we just got in the mail, and that is the Wingspan Nesting Box. Along with it should have the Asia expansion inside.
Yes, hopefully they remembered to put that in there.
Yes, I hope so as well, because as much as I love the storage solution, I am really looking forward to the expansion. It's been, I think, 2 years since the Oceania one, so
we were spoiled
excited.
getting those first two.
Like back-to-back years right after it originally came out. So
waiting an extra year, it's been tough.
It's been tough. Luckily, they made up for it with the nesting box as well.
Yes.
But yeah, so actually the last thing we unboxed was somehow, I think, larger than this one.
Yes.
This one is deeper than what we just unboxed before, and that is the Everdell Complete Collection box. So we'll have an unboxing of that one up as well on our channel, so you can check that out to see another huge unboxing. I think that one has more stuff in it because I ordered pretty much all the expansion and all that. But yeah, it's just been the year of big boxes for us.
Yes, for sure.
Because we got the Viticulture Wine Crate. Also recently got the Kickstarter Endless Winter.
Oh, yep.
I think at the beginning of the year you got Return to Dark Tower, which is a pretty big box.
Yep. Next versus Minions.
Next versus Minions.
a lot of big games that do not
fit on shelves very well, but I think this one should.
It should fit in one of the
this
cubes.
one fits in the cubes.
Yep.
Whereas some of those other ones can maybe fit, but they might be sticking out or other things. But let's get into the unboxing, and that's what everyone's here
Sam
for.
on the cover there.
It's a pretty solid cover.
Yeah.
I think they chose a pretty good bird.
Usually
I know Jamie likes to do kind of
flying
with the wings spread out, so it's kind of a little surprising to me that he would choose that one.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he had some say.
Boy, this is like it just...
But then we've also, it looks like the inside here kind of has where different pieces go. So hopefully that'll be clear.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty
I
solid.
like that versus having a sheet that you'll just kind of have to lay on top or keep separate. I like that it's actually printed in there. It's pretty cool.
Right, yeah. Especially since the box cover is going to be the last thing you put on.
Yeah, and it just looks like everything's just randomly thrown in here.
This is a little strange. It is a little strange. I guess I didn't know how I would expect it. But this kind of brings up another interesting thought. I don't know what their plans are exactly, but it'll be interesting now that there is a nesting box, what they'll do with future expansions for Wingspan. If they'll offer like a non-boxed version. I'm assuming they wouldn't just put random pieces in a bag and toss them. But yeah, it does look like these are kind of randomly in here. I'm assuming this is a big box thing. Some dividers.
Separators.
This probably comes from the Asia expansion with some score pads. Up to 7 players now. I don't know how often we'll be playing with 7 players. The Antarctica one looks like you chose a couple penguins.
Get a tease of the Africa.
Ooh.
Got some promos.
Some
Europe, North America, and recently used. So I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be. Is that just like going through the huge deck of cards?
I think that's what he said. Like if you're through. Right, you kind of shuffle a big chunk of cards together, and then it's like, oh, I just used these in the last game. Let's use some birds we haven't used in a while.
Latin America, and there is the cover bird right there.
So that one's going to come when we eventually get Latin America. But I am interested. The promos one's got me interested, and they haven't done any promos yet. I know they haven't said they wouldn't ever do promos.
So those were in this cardboard sheet, which somehow they all got popped out of there.
That is interesting.
I'm very confused by this so far.
I am a little confused as well.
Must have been a rough ride in the truck.
It must have been, because it was a little weird that those pieces, because I was like, I'm pretty sure those pieces are probably with the actual big box, because they're dividers, but yeah, that's kind of weird. But then we've got, so I think this is the Asia expansion, some new dice, 5 new ones. I think they match up with the original, if I remember right.
Standalone expansion as well.
Yes. And then we've got, the rest of them are the same. Got a new choice of the color black if you want, along with the, what is it, yin-yang symbols? Or whatever they are, that you'll use to kind of mark certain things on a mat here. for bonuses, I believe, for playing your different birds. I think it's one of the things that kind of gives you a reason to continue to play birds, which sometimes in Wingspan, I feel like you'll be like, I could play this bird, and that might feel the most satisfying, but it's not the best thing to
get
do.
Another point or two just by
could get more points, by
an engine.
laying eggs and activating one of your actions, or tucking 3 cards or something. But then we've got white as well, so I think that was, I mean, obviously they didn't probably want to use cubes, they didn't want to use color they used before, but I think that was an interesting choice using black and white, since it was going to be a kind of a 2-player standalone, but then you could go up to 7 if you have any of the original stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Then we've got some red eggs. And Jamie actually said, I think, that they had to use a plastic bag, even though you can see for some of these they've started using these more disposable friendly bags because of something, I don't remember what it was exactly, but some mixture of putting these red eggs with the red paint on them in these bags made it either wipe off or something weird. So these will be in plastic, but I believe the eggs themselves are now wood. So a little bit different than the other ones, but I do like this color. It looks quite a bit different than the other colors. I feel like a lot of the other ones are more pastel-y and Eastery, whereas I don't know that I'd say these are quite Eastery.
It's blood red.
Blood red. Those are Halloween ones, and we missed it. We're going to have to do that next year.
Cards, got a bunch of bonus cards, and do you know exactly what, like, this little red in the corner means, separating these two? Since they're pretty much the same effect, just for the different rows, do you have any clue what that is? That's just something that caught my eye.
I'm not sure.
Because it's kind of the same effect, but
the different...
Yeah, different rows.
I do not remember. I think there were a couple that they... but I think that was the cartographer and stuff. They updated terms on some things, but I think those were like cartographer, and this doesn't have any markings on it, so I'm not sure if those are... Not sure what those markings are for.
Yeah, just... Even if we're not extending the game to 7 players, just having all these new cards, new bonuses, which I assume most of these can be used and combined into the base game, just always a huge plus for a game like Wingspan.
Right. I always love more birds, and yeah, just the other options that you can use here. Ooh, there's one of the birds that's on the big box. I can't remember if is that the one they use on the cover of the actual, if you got the expansion box? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
But yeah. I think for the first time I play this, I'm going to probably just use these birds for now.
Yep.
'Cause I think these all kind of have a lot of abilities that have already been explored. I think there might be a few new powers that they do, but overall I don't think there are actually any new, and I know, like, they had like an end of round, end of game. There's no new types like that for this one. But, yeah, probably look into these more when we end up giving it a go.
Yeah, for sure. Still can't believe just how many birds, how many unique types of birds there are in the world, and
I know, and the fact that there's a lot of them probably aren't even in the game.
Yeah. And to just try to tie the abilities to them thematically is
right. Tie those, and then tie like all the different requirements that they may need for goals, getting them to actually work by percentage-wise. It's just kind of an insane feat that Elizabeth has undertaken. Yeah, it looks like, I think, if I remember right, the new rules here kind of explain every one of the different card types, which is nice. So it's kind of a comprehensive rule book as of now. So that'll be nice. You don't really need the other ones. I mean, I'm likely going to keep the other ones, but I don't know that you... I mean, you could just look at these now, I believe, it sounds like. And then there's an Automa one as well. I really like the color that they use.
Yep, nice little red.
red that they used.
Got another bird feeder here, which ours is not as beat up as some people's that I've seen, but there are a couple times where I've begun to notice a little wear and tear and falling apart. So
there's a few spots.
Could probably assemble that.
And I can't remember. There is a new, I think on the new, or for Wingspan Asia, there is just a mat that's used. I don't know if it's one of these things or if this looks like it's all the bird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed it here. That's why. I showed the rule books, but I didn't show the other things that were together. Ooh. Just about missed it. So
for the cards?
So there's a new tray for the cards that you can use.
Nice.
I think they're going to go away from the plastic things, but it looks like you can put your plastic bases from the originals in here somewhere. They'll fit in there. But that'll be just a new tray that you can use, which is nice. And it looks like we just got some more tokens, some more end-around goals. But I think these have to specifically be used in the expansion. And then there's this new. You kind of just roll the dice and put it onto here. I think because I think that just comes with the big box, the new bird feeder thing. So otherwise you just roll them and put them on here, I believe. Then some new goals and some more food tokens. And then here's, I think, how you'll end up playing with the 6 and 7 player. You got the 6 there, the 7 on the back. Looks like that's a new first player token. And then you'll use these to kind of show which 2 players are going. Because I believe that's how the 6 and 7 player games will work. Then this is the new board for the 2-player mode. I'm really excited about this. I always like when there's a 2-player take on an old game.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's just a shame they didn't bring Bruno Catala in.
I was going to say. Wingspan Duel.
No, I'm sure this one's great, and I'm sure Elizabeth did a great job, but it just seems like sometimes when people, even if he didn't design the main game, if Bruno Catala gets involved, they just become really great games, in my opinion. So, but I'm sure this one will be just as good. I don't know. These are these player 8s, player B, player A, so they must be. So that should hopefully be nice. And then we've got 2 player boards here with the, if you don't have the Oceania expansion, that's what the boards look like in that one.
Oh boy,
then we've got some new, I think Jamie said more Asian themed artwork for these mats. Which
I really like that.
I do too, and I'm wondering if there will be enough people that maybe prefer this over the original. Not that the original isn't good, I think that's still very solid. But I wonder if they won't make an option to buy more of these and then have them double-sided. Maybe they would just...
Because the benefits of this are matching with the original.
It matches the original, so they may not do that, but...
I really like that. It might be my favorite art of the 3.
I would agree. I think it is my favorite as well, because it's just a little bit brighter.
Yes.
And I think the cats are hidden somewhere in here, kind of on these backs, but I don't know exactly where. Jamie said it is pretty hard to see with the graphics they put over the top of it.
Okay, so we've got 3 unpunched tiles here, which I'll just finish those off. Oceania, Asia, and the Automa.
Ooh, boy.
I like this. I like that this is kind of separated into different layers, and I like these little holes, egg-shaped holes that you can kind of grab onto.
That is pretty cool. So we got the Roadrunner there and some sort of duck. I don't think it's
something. I don't know.
I don't think. I was thinking it was a mallard at first, but I don't think it is quite a mallard. But then we actually have. I didn't think that this was going to come with more plastic ones, but I guess it did.
Just need room for more cards.
Even more room for cards here. If you got this, you've got your tray. You wouldn't have to use that cardboard one if you've got the big box with the expansion in it. It's a solid color that they used here.
Yeah.
And then it looks like we just got some containers.
Top snap on pretty nicely, I'd say. Looks like those will hold the different resources. 3 of those trays.
And I'll be interested too because we have an insert for our wingspan, and I'll have to see. He said most of them should fit in here, But I'll have to see if maybe some of these are better. I'm not 100% sure, or if maybe I can do some combo of them in here. Because these do seem pretty solid, so it's kind of a shame no matter which way.
Oh, yeah.
That one took a little more effort to get off, but it did pop off. But I think that's probably a good thing, because that should be
loose.
Snapped on there pretty well. We've got some more birds hidden in here.
Bird there.
Got one in the corner that Pepper probably can't see.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So it is interesting how they kind of put them in there.
I like this. It's very sturdy type of insert. I like it a lot.
And then it looks like we've got, I think that one, is it a golden eye? I don't remember. Another bird in there.
Almost just want to like hang this up and just like have it be a little shelf. Little knickknacks.
Right. So looks like you can take this little bit out here, but I don't know if that's how it supports those. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so looks like there is quite a bit of storage here.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
Yeah, to kind of look back at what would go in each of those layers. So on the bottom, it looks like you can kind of just put your leftover, or your containers if you got them from the first expansion, and then where you'd put your cards. And then just looks like those containers we were looking at, all these white ones kind of go in the middle layer, and then on the top you've got room for your various boards of Wingspan. And I think he said that the mats should fit in the top. So let's see here.
Went and grabbed one, and that will fit.
That does look like it fits.
It is very nice because we've just kind of had them sitting out and about.
We have had them sitting out and about, and there is enough room here too that you can actually grab them, so they're not just like in there exactly even. So yeah, awesome. So I'm really looking forward to getting the Asia expansion played, but I'm even more excited to kind of put all my Wingspan goodies in here. Hopefully they'll all fit. Well, I'm sure they'll all fit. I hope that storage solution on the box, or else some form of it, will work really well.
Some Frankenstein monster of our broken token and these inserts. Hopefully we can find a way.
But yeah, otherwise that's everything inside the nesting box with the expansion from the first order. If you're watching this later on, I believe you can only buy them separate, because I think at this point the pre-orders, I think, sold out. So if you buy it in the future, it'll just be the big box with, I believe, these various inserts in them, and then like these dividers and stuff, and that extra bird house, the new one.
Yep.
Yeah, all the other stuff I think you should hopefully be able to order right now, and for just Wingspan Asia. Yeah, that is everything inside the box. Definitely check out our other videos on Wingspan. We've got a ton of them, and we've got a ton of Stonemaier related content, so definitely check that out. We'll probably put a link to the playlist of that, because we did a Stone Timber thing in 2022, just going over all the Stonemaier games, because we are pretty big fans. So yeah, otherwise we hope to see you on the next one, and as always, don't forget to
keep on nibbling
on our content and those red eggs.